Hola a todo el mundo. Eh, Déjenme un like, un share. Mm, Espero que estén muy bien. Revisen todo todo lo que yo promuevo en la descripción del live. Hoy vamos a aprender front-end con, con este video. Vamos desde el principio. Está en inglés. Vamos a poner los subtítulos en Auto Translate a Spanish. Español, English, Spanish. Es Serbian, Somali, Spanish.
In this massive course, you will go from having no coding experience to having the essential skills of a front-end developer. You will learn various front-end technologies and build a few projects along the way. Zach Goldwitzer teaches this course. Zach is an experienced software engineer and full-stack developer.
Hey everyone, my name is Zach, and today in this 20 plus hour course, I'm going to take you through the core foundations of front-end web development. Now, before I get into what that actually entails, I wanted to spend a minute to thank Free Code Camp for having me on the channel. It's always a privilege to share my content with such a broad audience, reach so many different people, and I genuinely hope that you find this course helpful. If you do, be sure to give them a big thumbs up and a subscribe. They're an awesome channel, contributed to a lot of my early learnings as a web developer. So without further ado, let's get into it. The first thing that I wanted to start off with is some background context, because a lot of the content within this course was obviously not filmed all at once. It's quite long. It's something that I worked on over the course of a year, pieced it together lesson by lesson, and a lot of the content is on my YouTube channel, just separated out into different videos. I wanted to compile it all together as it does follow a very logical sequence from start to end, and it's perfect for the complete beginner. So this should take you from never having written a single line of code in your life to having at least a solid grasp of what coding languages are, particularly JavaScript, and what is web development, particularly front-end web development. You should be able to build basic web pages and understand basic fundamentals of coding after this course is complete. While this course is mainly geared for the complete beginner, some of the later chapters of it, where we get into CSS Flexbox and stuff like that, could actually be more intermediate level and be useful to anyone. So be sure to look through the chapters below, and you can skip around to what interests you. So basically the structure here is the three main tenets of front-end web development. And those some of the later chapters of it, where we get into CSS Flexbox and stuff like that, could actually be more intermediate level and be useful to anyone. So be sure to look through the chapters below, and you can skip around to what interests you. So basically the structure here is the three main tenets of front-end web development. And those would be HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Now, oftentimes you'll see tutorials kind of start with HTML and CSS and then move into the more complicated, more challenging JavaScript. I've actually reversed that a little bit. We will be starting with JavaScript, which is going to be the biggest section. And I think it's useful to do that because, number one, if you're going to be a front-end web developer, you have to.
Déjenme yo escucho a ver si se está escuchando el video de él en el.
To know all three anyways. And also, I think there's a lot of concepts that you'll pick up learning a general programming language like JavaScript that will kind of help you catch on to the HTML and CSS and to know all three anyways. And
Ok,
also,
se
I think
escucha
there's a lot of
perfecto.
concepts that you'll pick up learning a general.
Bueno, entonces
Bring
sigamos.
it full picture for you. My goal with this course is to be the course that I needed when I was starting out. And what I'm really trying to do here is connect all of these concepts together. HTML, CSS, and JavaScript are not born in isolation. They all work together to build a web page. And I'll talk about this analogy a little bit later, but you can think of these three core tenets of front-end web development just like you would building a house. So when you build a house, you've got the framework, the structure, which is the concrete
Es como
foundation,
construir una
all of the
casa.
2x4s that go up
Tenemos
and the roof.
la
That would be your
estructura,
HTML. Then you get in there, you
los
put some wiring
ladrillos,
in there, you put some plumbing, all the other stuff. That would be your JavaScript, which makes it
la
actually
plomería
functional.
es el
And then
JavaScript
finally, you put the finish
y
on. You put,
finalmente se
the
pone
roof tiles, you put paint on the
la
outside, the inside.
pintura,
You just make it look
las
good, and
cosas
that
y
will be the
hace para que
CSS.
esté
If you
bonito y
walk
ese
away
es
with
CSS.
anything from this course, I want you to understand, most importantly, the relationships between these three and have a pretty firm grasp of each of them in
Vamos a
isolation as
entender
well.
las
The last
básicas y
thing
vamos a
before I
tener un
actually get
buen
started is to let you know that in
entendimiento
the video
de ellas.
description, there's going to be a link. And that link
Va a
is going
haber
to
un
lead you
link
to a
y ese
page
link nos va a
that
llevar
gives
a
you
una
all of the
página
resources that
que
you
nos da
need
todos
for
los
this
recursos
course. We'll have some
que
timestamps,
necesitamos
some
para el curso.
chapters, so that you can navigate around the course. And then I will leave code snippets, solutions to any of the challenges.
Mm, creo que mejor voy a descargar este video y voy a ver si soy capaz de traducirlo. Ok. ¿Cómo era para descargar? Este equipo, mis documentos, instalar, Open Video Downloader. Muy buen programa ese Open Video Downloader. Y está revisando cosas para desarrollar. Restore. Está organizando lo que ya había grabado antes. Entonces le voy a decir que lo grabe. Traducir un video al español gratis. Traductor de video gratuitos 3. Bueno, la descarga se demora 1 hora. Y esto se supone que que los traduce gratis. Vamos a descargar otro video. Se llame Intro to Frontend.
If you're a front-end developer, then
Bueno, entonces vamos a copiar este. Lo vamos a descargar. y lo vamos a mostrar en el folder. Esto que van descargas y
If you're a front-end developer, then you might have asked yourself,
vamos a cargar el video. Vamos a escogerlo. Tenías 21 pesos. Y además, no, eso no debería costar 92, es más caro que eso. Ahí dice, 92.021 pesos. Ajá.
if you're a front-end developer, then you might have asked,
Papá, estoy ocupado. Bueno, ya volví.
if you're a front-end developer, then you might have asked yourself, how can I get my job done faster? Or
Entonces ya generé los subtítulos. Traducir. Vamos a Spanish. Toca hacer upgrade. No, cuénteme la chat GPT. Usar la herramienta para extraer el audio online. La escritura por voz, reproduce el audio. automáticamente los subtítulos de un video. Google Colab. Ok. Con Colab y con Whisper. Entonces archivo, cuaderno nuevo en Drive, generar subtítulos de video. A ponerle video y lo vamos a subir, aceptar. Punto slash video text y vamos a correr a ver qué pasa. Está instalando. Sigue instalando. No soporta el CPU. Pongamos música. Pero esto no es Creative Commons. Este sí es Creative Commons. Bueno, entonces estamos instalando Whisper para sacar los subtítulos a un video en inglés, porque también estamos descargando este video de Frontend para sacarte los subtítulos y para tenerlo con subtítulos, porque con YouTube no funciona. Ok, entonces ¿cómo va esto? Vamos a copiar código, control V. Ah, ok, lo mandó todo. Entonces vamos a hacer. Hola, el que sea que esté viendo. Un archivo de subtítulos. Y vamos a eliminar esto. Dice que format time no está definido. Bueno, entonces lo descargo. Subtítulos. ¿Dónde está el video? El video está en descargas. ¿Dónde está el video? Descargas. Entonces, video SRT. Y cuando
If you're a front-end developer, then you might have asked yourself, how can I get my job done faster? Or how can I work easier with preprocessors and jQuery and a whole bunch of other libraries? Well, to do that, you need to create a
Entonces ya tenemos cómo generar los subtítulos. ¿Cómo va la descarga? Falta mucho tiempo. Y creo que yo ya acabé por el día de hoy de streamear. Bueno, hasta luego, tengan una noche genial. Revisen todo lo que yo promuevo en la descripción del video. Regálenme un like y un share. Síganme en todas las redes sociales. Gracias.